Look, I know what you're saying, right? But just hear me out, okay? Hear me out, okay? Welcome everybody, my name is Override Gaming and welcome back to another YouTube video. Obviously we're doing Hear Me Out once again. Basically we're just discussing topics of what should come back to WWE or AEW or wrestling as a whole, or even just little ideas, little nuggets of like things, how things could be booked or stuff like that. Today I'm challenging myself to just well, first of all, before I get onto this topic, how good was the Royal Rumble? I see some people saying it was trash. I'm like, shut your damn mouth, alright? The right person won the men's Royal Rumble. The strap match between Bray Wyatt and The Fiend was absolutely brilliant. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I thought it was going to be trash, but they hit it out the park. Okay, Becky Lynch versus Asuka, one of the best women's wrestling matches I've seen in a long time, especially on the main roster. You know, we normally get good women's matches in the NXT roster, but yo, them two brought it, I'm telling you. What else did we have? Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin was quite enjoyable. I wasn't expecting it to be enjoyable, but it was. Let's not talk about Bayley versus yeah. You see how messed up I was there? Yeah, we don't talk about that. And as for the women's Royal Rumble, it was great up until Charlotte won it. So at the end of the day, it was a very, very solid pay-per-view. So guys, hats off, and also big shout out to Worlds Collide as well. DIY versus Mustache Mountain, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't slap that hard. But again, it's Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. So what do you expect, as I'm saying? And also Imperium versus UE on Undisputed Area. Damn, that was freaking carnage, man. Absolute flipping carnage. Yo, that was, and also Alexander Wolf, hope you make a speedy recovery. That did not look nice, that incident. But anyways, back to Hear Me Out. So it actually goes on the subject of Worlds Collide almost. So basically, Becky Lynch on backstage the last Tuesday was basically trying to say, I know what she kind of meant it as. Basically, she was trying to say that when are we going to move away? We've made history now, and we'll still make history for the women's division. I'm paraphrasing what she said. Basically, she was saying, when are we going to move the term women, like this is just a women's match? Which I understand what she's trying to say. She's basically trying to say it should just be a match. It shouldn't just be, okay, this is the women in their segment. Like, it should just be like, right, these two competitors will just go into the next thing. But WWE kind of took it down a little bit of a different route, and she was saying that we should basically make things kind of gender neutral. And what they did was they changed the titles, the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT UK Women's Championship, and they've turned it into just the NXT Championship, which is, I get it, and it's cool, but it's the wrong way to go about it. It makes things very confusing, especially if there's new eyes on the product, in my opinion. If I was tuning into NXT for the first time and I heard the NXT champion Rhea Ripley, cool, okay, and then you said the NXT champion Adam Cole, huh? But hold on, the belts are virtually they look exactly the same. Number one. Number two, so what are they sharing the titles? Did she beat him for the titles? What? It makes things very confusing. That's what I'm trying to say. So blah, 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 blah. But it's not all doom and gloom, and I'm not just hating on the product. You know, I'm trying not to shit on everything that WWE does this year. What I have is an idea. Hear me out. This is where that comes in, of how to introduce not only intergender wrestling into WWE, but also if we're talking about doing something like that, how we could kind of do it in a better way. So this is my idea. So it starts with the Universal title. So you have on the main roster, you've got the SmackDown Women's Championship, Raw Women's Championship on Raw and SmackDown respectively. Then you've got this major championship, you've got the WWE Championship, which is the most prestigious one, and then you've got the Universal title. Now, being as though it's called the Universal title, you can make that for everybody, which means doesn't matter what sex you are, what gender or sexuality, color, whatever. You know, you can plug that shit, you can market that shit and be like, yo, this is a championship for everyone. It's the universal title, you know. And look at who's got it now, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, such a unique character. So you can plug that shit to the cows come home, right? So then it's basically the Universal Championship, the title that everyone can fight for. So then you could have the likes of, let's say, let's mock up a scenario. So let's say on SmackDown right now, you've got people like, you got The Miz, you got Daniel Bryan, you got Roman Reigns, you got Baron Corbin. So let's say you have somebody like Baron Corbin, for instance. Or in fact, no, you know what, scratch that. Being as though I'm a pro wrestler, well, I'm trying to be a pro wrestler, let me tell you how I would do it, okay? So let's just say, for instance, I'm in WWE, right? And I win the Universal title. So then, next night on SmackDown, I'm like, yo, I'm tired of fighting just the same people every week. I want a different challenge. And when I say, and I could be like, if there's anyone in the back, yeah, and I mean anyone, right, that actually wants to have a shot at my Universal Championship, come out and show me what you got. And then imagine somebody like Sonya Deville comes out, who's pretty tough in her own right? Massive striker, good with submissions, MMA background. You got that kind of paradigm, right? So she challenges for the championship, right? So then it's a massive thing because everyone's like, oh shit, yo, so we're having girls challenge for the title now. And then also it means that we got a major title between both genders, right? And then you've also got a secondary title which is for the women's division, and you've got the Intercontinental Championship. So those are both two mid-card titles. And then you've got who people say, like for instance Charlotte Flair or somebody like that, right? You imagine they who are you know, kings, they're queens of their own division. They can step up to this division and challenge for a major title. It's not, you know, the Universal Championship, you know, could be something which just isn't just a major title for the men. It could be a major title for the women. It could be a major title for everyone. But anyways, what I'm saying is, say somebody like Sonya Deville or even someone like Charlotte Flair comes in, challenges for my title. Let's say they win, yeah? Then you've also got, right, I'm saying Sonya Deville because let's just say, I know, you know, and especially like the LGBT stuff, you know, they haven't really handled it well with like the Liv Morgan shit, because that was terrible. And Lana, that was just using it for effect basically. But then you've got, if you have somebody say like Sonya Deville win, you've got that LGBT representation. Not only that, but you've also got somebody who people could look up to who are from that sort of side. So then you've got that kind of thing going, you know what I mean? And that's something which again everybody can fight for. You know what I mean? And then that also brings up the prestige of the title. It's not just something that is just held around somebody's waist, but something which not only the guys but the girls, but literally everyone is trying to fight for. And you have that kind of like mentality that, yeah, fair enough, the WWE Championship on Raw is the most prestigious title in WWE. You know, that's the title which everybody, you know, wants to win. That's the title, that, you know, the legends. And so you could have your Brock Lesnar's, you could have your Randy Orton's, your Edges. Welcome back, Edge, by the way, I love you to bits. You could have your Rey Mysterios, or, you know, your young superstars like Buddy Murphy, Andrade, Seth Rollins. You can have them fight for that title. But then when you have the hungry superstars on SmackDown, you could have your Charlottes, your Baileys, your Sasha Bankses, your Sonya Deville's, Mandy Roses, your Chad Gables, but Shorty G's, Bobby Roode's, Dolph Ziggler's, The Fiend, Daniel Bryan, the hungry kind of guys and girls fighting for that kind of title. You know, it sets things kind of different apart, you know, sets things apart from the other things. What I'm trying to say is it gives SmackDown that kind of identity, something which NXT found. You know, you look at each brand, right? You've got Raw, which is the entertainment show, the flagship show. You've got NXT, which is the indie, the wrestler show. And then you've got SmackDown, which is the hungry show. You know what I mean? Like the competitive show, the sports show, if anything. you know. And again, that's what they should have, you know, that's something that could have happened. What they said when they introduced it to Fox was that it's going to be set different. It's going to be more like a sport, and that's something that could set it apart from you know, the likes of Raw and NXT. Give SmackDown that own identity. Create a new SmackDown 6. Remember back in the day you had the SmackDown 6, yeah? Eddie, Ray, Kurt, Undertaker, who else was it? Damn, Chris Benoit, and who was it? Was it Cena? No, it was Edge. It was Edge. You had the SmackDown 6, yeah, and they made that like that was like if in my opinion, like when I used to watch it back then, I was like, bun Raw. I don't want to know about Raw. I want to know about SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? SmackDown was my brand back then. So again, that could just, you know, restore a bit of clarity and also a bit of more competitiveness for kind of but just the women's division, but also the males division or the everybody division. But yeah, I know I kind of scrambled around about like that, but basically that's my sort of idea and how to not only introduce intergender wrestling, but also make titles more important, and also, you know, how to sort of represent things a little bit better. But anyways, that's my opinion. If you got an opinion, let me know in the comments down below. As always, I'll hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys in another video. Take care. Bye now.